This is a convergence of a lot of things going back, if you'll pardon me, half a century. Literally half a century ago, peregrine falcons were almost gone. They almost went extinct. They went extinct east of the Mississippi River, almost went extinct in the western United States. Globally, they were very impacted by DDT. It took scientists a decade to figure out what the problem was and then fix that. In other words, eventually DDT was banned, its use in the United States. DDT affected the reproduction of falcons, so there were they just dropped off. I grew up in the 60s in the Bay Area, and at that time there were no peregrines left in the Bay Area. They were all gone, based on historical information going back to the late 1800s, early 1900s. The records of historical nests, birds were just no longer here. So they banned DDT, and then a huge effort transpired between falconers and scientists and ornithologists to figure out how can we fix this problem. They started to look at captive breeding of peregrine falcons. The Peregrine Fund was founded by Tom Cade, who is now deceased, at Cornell University, and Brian Walton, who also is deceased, founded the Santa Cruz Predatory Bird Research Group at UC Santa Cruz. This is back in the 1970s, and they started to breed falcons to either repopulate areas where they are extirpated from or to augment the local population. So the Santa Cruz group, through captive breeding, produced a lot of falcons, were able to augment the California population and bring it back. Plus, with the banning of DDT, we had recovery of birds. They started to reproduce successfully, and now it's a miracle. We have peregrines everywhere, including the use of Campanile. And we were able to install a webcam, 2 webcams on the Campanile to film this, and today, thanks to the Berkeley Art Museum, Pacific Fine Arts, and this great sort of convergence of art and science, we're watching these birds as their eggs have hatched. We had 3 eggs, one hatched last night around 10, one hatched yesterday.
One around 5 yesterday and one around 10 last night.
Thank you, yes.
And we're waiting on the third.
We're waiting on the third. We had the first feeding of the chicks this morning, the 2 chicks at about 11:50 this morning. The mourning dove was brought in by one of the parents. The female does most of the feeding. What was really interesting during incubation, the male did an awful lot of incubation, more so than I would have expected, so that's kind of an interesting thing. You never know what these webcams are going to tell us, and you never know what people out there, people watching this Instagram right now, they may discover something entirely new about falcons that none of us knew about, so it's really a great thing to have this opportunity. And then, of course, this is really at the crossroads of art and science. Art is science, and science is art, so it's great to really be able to bring this whole thing to the community of Berkeley.
Exactly.
And just really bring it to the sidewalk, man, and just enjoy it. It's been such a pleasure to see this.
Science and art are both so much about observation and discovery, and we're seeing that here. I mean, all the people who have stopped by today hopefully will. We're here till 6 o'clock.
Thank you so much.